What am I going to be making today? Hardcore Carnivore Camo Pork Belly Bacon. Yeah, here we go. Wow, that's insane. Really, really, really delicious. Yo, what's up guys? Matt the Butcher here. Today's an exciting day. Why? Because I just got a 10-pound box of Hardcore Carnivore Camo seasoning, and I got 20 pounds of pork belly. What am I going to be making today? Hardcore Carnivore Camo Pork Belly Bacon. So this is going to be a new recipe that I'm making for this video, basically. I'm going to show you how to use the correct amount of salt out of any spice rub to do anything, make sausage, bacon, salami, that kind of stuff. With that being said, let's take a look at the ingredients in this beautiful spice rub. Yes, it's extremely aromatic right off the bat. It's got black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, hickory salt, honey powder, white distilled vinegar powder, and definitely coriander in this. Now, on the actual label itself, it says that it's manufactured for wild game and lamb, and I have put it on some deer before and lamb roast as well, and it's absolutely amazing. But I also put it on just about everything else too. It goes incredibly on chicken, and we're about to check out this pork belly here and how it comes out. I mean, I think it's going to be an absolute win. Okay, that brings me to my next point, is how much camo seasoning do I use in tandem with Insecure number 1. So I'm going for about a 1.8% salinity for the bacon here. So you can check the description for the full math breakdown, but in short, you'll have to look at the nutritional label of the product to find out how much sodium is in a serving size. With that, you can determine how much spice mix you'll need to get to the salt level you desire. Here, I'm looking for a 1.6% salt by way of the spice rub, and then a 0.25% of cure salt to get a final salinity of about 1.8%. Again, you can check the description for a full breakdown of this equation with a lot more details. Alright, now that we have rubbed the pork belly with the cure and we put it in the vacuum sealer, it has locked in, sealed in all that flavor, and for the next 2 weeks it's going to remain in this bag here. And I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, and every 2 to 3 days I'm going to just flip it over and massage it, because what's going to end up happening is the salt and the spices are going to pull out a lot of the moisture from the pork belly itself, creating a brine, basically a brine. And by massaging it all around, you're just going to help it cure a lot faster and more even, that is. So that method of flipping it over and massaging it is called overhauling. Also, you guys don't need to use a vacuum sealer. You can use a food grade plastic bag, and you'll get the same result. The only thing is I work in a professional kitchen, as you see here, and this helps prevent any leakage onto other food, and it stacks a lot better. Alright guys, pro tip, writing the date that you put it in and the date that you take it out. So for this piece of bacon, it's going to be 14 days later. This is going to help you understand when to take it out, organize your projects, your cure project in the refrigerator, and you know, just so that you don't forget this kind of stuff. All right, I'm going to see this little bad boy in about 14 days. Sleep tight. All right, so it's been about 2 weeks now, and we have the bacon is ready. Just looking at it, as you can kind of see a little bit, some of the moisture has been pulled out. Not as much as I was hoping for, to be honest. I think if I was to do this again, I would probably take the skin off and kind of rub that fat a little bit with the actual spice rub itself, just to try to get more flavor in there. Maybe another thing, I would probably add just a tad bit of water. I guess I kind of underestimated how much seasoning is
is actually in here, so it kind of looks like some of it clumped up a little bit in certain areas. You can see it does feel like a lot of moisture has been kind of pulled out, and the pork belly itself feels firmer. And I can tell that the meat is pink here, so the sodium nitrate or the cure salt actually did penetrate it. So since this is kind of like an experiment on this bacon here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook it two different kinds of ways. I have my sous vide bath set up, and I'm just gonna dunk two of these bad boys in there, and I'll cook that at 145 for probably about 3-4 hours. And then I have, where is it? I got the ovens over there, and I'm just gonna slow roast how I would typically do it. Two of them also, and I will see how they come out. We'll compare at the end. So I will say that upon opening these bags, the fragrance is absolutely amazing. I can definitely smell the coriander and all the other spices in there. Some of the spice rub is pretty caked up, as you see here, but it doesn't look like it's any of its salt. So I'm just gonna let this ride out and do a little slow roasting here and see how it comes out. We'll check it out in a couple hours. Alright, just gonna put these in there. I'm cooking a couple salami kodos at the same temperature here, and we will see these bad boys in a couple hours. Alright, so it has been about 3 hours. I oven roasted the first pair of bacon here at about 180. Again, 3 hours. It did have a fan on in the oven, so it did speed things up a little bit. And then I sous vide these bacon slabs over here at 145 for about 3 hours also. So they just came out of the oven. Let's take a little look at them. All right, so it definitely smells absolutely amazing. You can see that some of the excess spices kind of created a crust here, and I might actually just wipe some of this off just to get a little bit on here. The ones that were sous vide feel nice, firm. This one still has a little bit of spices build up over here, little spices build up here. That's why I think it would be better if next time I take the skin off and rub the fat with that excess spice. I think that would have helped out a lot more to distribute the extra spices here. But man, does it smell good. So I'm gonna let these bad boys cool down, and then we'll cut into them and see how they fry up. Okay, so I just sliced a couple pieces of each. This is the sous vide one, and that's the roasted one. I don't know if you can tell, you can see here that the cure salt went all the way through on both of them. It's nice and pink, it's really nice and pink. On my side of the camera, it looks like this is a little bit gray here, but this is in fact, they're pink all the way through. As I was slicing it, the smells were coming up. It smells really, really delicious already. So they both look very promising, to be honest. This got a nice crust of spice on the outside, and let's go fry them up and take a look. Alright, so I just fried up the two pieces of bacon. They smell absolutely amazing. They look absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to try these. The one up top here is the one that I sous vide. This one here is the one that I oven roasted. As of right now, I cannot tell a difference whatsoever. They definitely both rendered out quite a lot of fat. This is a local pork belly here, and that bad boy came in definitely on the heavy side. All right, so the bacon has cooled down a little bit. I am going to try both of them and let you know what I think, if there's any difference or not, and also just overall the experience of this this bacon here. So this one is the sous vide one that I did, and oh my God, you can really smell that spice rub. The coriander, there's some hickory salt in there, some honey powder, and that hardcore camo seasoning, hardcore carnivore camo seasoning, sorry. Yeah, here we go. Wow. So right off the bat, I'm gonna say the salinity level is perfect. I could literally eat a pound of this bacon just off that first bite. The spices are actually a little bit more subtle than I thought, and that's really nice because a little bit too much coriander can really numb the palate. But this is, oh my god, that's insane. Really, really, really delicious. All right, let me try the oven roasted one here. Also smells the same, looks the same. It's got a nice crust though, a little bit nicer of a crust. I don't know if you can see this. Well, let's try it out. Okay. I would say the main difference is that crust. That crust baked on that seasoning. I get a lot more flavor. Definitely a lot more flavor. More intense, but boy, I would also eat a pound of this. I would be happy. It is now overwhelming. Again, the salinity is just right, but it's like a flavor bomb. I would say about 2-3 times more than the sous vide one here. So I think I would be going with the oven roasted one, but they are both very, very, very delicious. My God. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this bacon adventure. And I would absolutely say the Hardcore Carnivore Camo Seasoning Bacon is a 100% win. I would definitely recommend it. I'm going to put that recipe in the description. I would love your guys' feedback if you try it. I'll even put the website where you can buy it, the seasoning itself. I am not an affiliate or anything of the seasoning. I just love the seasonings from that company, and I've made many products with them. I'm just a hardcore carnivore advocate. Anyway, yeah, comment below. Tell me what you think. Thank you so much for joining me. Matt the Butcher out.